Hello and welcome to this tutorial of Xseo. In this tutorial we will go through a number of things. First, we will do a walkthrough of the user interface. Second, we will go through how you create an article and how to make it visible. Third, we will go through how you write and edit text. And fourthly, how you insert images and links. First, let's start with a brief overview of the user interface. This is the user interface, and this is where you will edit text, insert images, create articles, and so on. And at the top here you can see different tabs, and the one we want to focus on is articles. To the very right of your screen we have the site menu, and here you can see how the site is built, and here you can also create articles. We will go through that soon. To the very left you have some settings like the menu name, the puff title and the puff text, and we will also go through those as well. And in the middle you have the settings to save, insert images, links, create tables and so on, and this is where you'll find all the tools to edit text and, as said, inserting images and links. Now let's go on and create an article and make it visible for your visitors. We're back at the previous page and I'm gonna start making an article. As I previously mentioned, you create articles in the site menu to the very right of your screen, and if you right click on one of these articles you will get a couple of alternatives. So I'm going to do that, and then you get these three alternatives, and currently these are in Swedish, but in English they would roughly be translated to the front page, add sister, add daughter, and I'm going to explain what sisters and daughters are in a minute. To create an article, the only thing you need to do is choose if you want a sister or a daughter. Now, what's the difference? Well, if you look at map and, say, cities, these are sisters to one another because they're on the same level on the home page, and you can see that here in the menu. However, a daughter is an article that's beneath another article. So if we click the plus sign over here, you can see that Addis Ababa is a daughter to cities. I'm gonna hide that article for now. And then I'm gonna create an article by right clicking and choosing add as sister. Now we've created an article. One thing worth noting here is that this new article we created is red, and I'm gonna explain why in a little bit. Well, here you can see the article, and you can see that it says tom artikel, which means empty article in Swedish, and skriv text här, which means write text here. We're gonna go through how to write and edit text soon. But here's the important part. Menu name lets you decide the article will have on your page, such as in these cases Ethiopia, cities and map. And I'm gonna call that tutorial. And you're gonna see why in a little bit. Publish lets you decide when the article is going to be visible on your page, and you can insert pretty much any date there. Archive is the more important thing. As I said before, the article is red in the site menu, which means it's currently not visible to visitors. To change that, we just need to change the archive date to something in the future. So I'm gonna put something really far into the future, and then I'm gonna press save. And now you can see that it says Ethiopia, tutorial, our newly created article, cities and map. And you can also see that in the site menu it is no longer red. Puff title and puff text we will go through in another tutorial. So let's go through how you write and edit text. We're back at the old article, and as we can see here we have pretty much nothing here. Now where it says tom artikel or empty article, that's the header, and we're going to change that to the same thing as the menu name. You can of course choose to name it whatever you want, but I will choose tutorial. And where it says skriv text här, this is where we write our text. And I'm just gonna copy paste in some text. You can also call the header a title. But let's start by editing some text. Let's select this text here, and then we can check these out. Here you can see some basic editing tools for your text, and we have bold, italics, underline, and strike through. So let's take bold and italics, and you can see that it changed the text. You can also turn those off by just clicking on those. If you want to change the color of the text, you can do so by clicking on this. I'm going to click there, and you can see many colors. If you want more colors, you can just click here. And if you want the standard color, you can click on this, which is automatic. But perhaps we want to create a subtitle. So let's do that. And I'm going to call it title 2. And I'm going to select it. And here you can choose different titles. And it says title 1, title 2, title 3, all the way down to title 4. And I'm going to choose this one, title 2. And there you can see that title 2 has come up. It also jumped up a space, but you can just place your cursor here and press enter, and that's that. Now if we want our changes to be saved, we of course need to press save. And you can find that icon up here. And I'm going to press that. And that's how you edit text. Now let's go through how you insert images and links. We're using the same article as before. So let's start with inserting a link. I'm gonna select this text here, and then I'm gonna click this button. Here you can write the URL for the page you want your visitors to arrive at, and I'm gonna do www.google.com and then press OK. And then we can see that's in a slightly different color. So I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna show you that it worked. So I'm gonna right click on the article we're editing and push this thing. Remember that it said to front page? And if I click this now, we arrive at Google. If you want to edit the article again, you can just press edit. And now we're back. So let's insert an image, shall we? I'm gonna put my cursor here, right at the beginning, and then I'm gonna press this button. After that we're gonna press this button, which says browse on server, And I've already taken the liberty of uploading an image, but if you want to find an image on your computer, you press this button. So I'm gonna select this image. Here we have a multitude of settings. We have width, height, edge, horizontal margin, vertical margin, and adjustment. And width and height are pretty much self-explanatory. Edge adds an edge around the image. Horizontal margin adds a small margin, which you can choose, say 5 pixels, on the sides of the image. Vertical margin does the same, but on the top and bottom. And adjustment lets you adjust to the left or the right. And I'm gonna show you what that means. So I'm gonna choose left, and then I'm gonna press OK. And as you can see here, the image is floating to the left, which means the text appears on the right. If we remove that adjustment, we get a whole different thing. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna press OK. And then that's what happens. Adjusting images is generally preferable to not adjusting them. And there we sit. This is the end of this tutorial. I hope you found this interesting and that you've learned all the things we've gone through.